Hi, my friends, come on in. How are you guys doing today? Glad to see you here. Welcome in. There's some different things I'm going to talk to you guys about, especially for those of us that are retired and many of us that are wanting to retire and are looking at how to make that work, or will that work, or how quickly can that work. And if we make that big decision to go ahead and retire, how long will it sustain you? So I do want to talk to us about that today. Me too, because it's kind of like interesting things that I'm learning here in this Legacy Builder program through the training that we get. It's like, hey, come on in. Glad that you're here. Let me know where you're coming in from. But it's like I never ever felt like I was a numbers person. I can do numbers when I have to, and I've had to, but it's not my cup of tea. It's not my favorite thing. Following stats, doing research, all that kind of stuff turns me off. Now, and I don't have to do it. I didn't ever have to do it because my two oldest children are number wizards. You know, my daughter is a financial advisor and my son is a CPA. My youngest daughter is like me. It's like, oh, numbers. And my two oldest kids love numbers. Hi, come on in. Glad that you're here. I'm going to talk about the gap that we come up against when we are making a certain salary and we decide to retire, or we have retired. And here in the States, I don't know about any other countries, I know about here in the States, we get a Social Security. We get a payout for Social Security, and it's all based on what your annual salary was over so many years, what you made, and then your age, and where you're working, and all that comes together where you can actually retire. So you have a little lump sum of retirement or a big lump sum retirement, but then you get every week a Social Security payment, right? Yeah. So it depends on what your job paid you when you were working, because you don't get the full amount of what you were working, of course. That's why everybody is kind of nervous about retiring and if they're going to have enough money. And there's all this unknown of the future expenses, and it can be quite scary and daunting. It actually can really shut you down. It shut me down for a long time because I didn't like to look at numbers. So come on in, let me know where you're coming from. So if you don't know me, I'm Madeline. I'm a Texas mama of three, grandma of three, born and raised here in Houston. My mom was born and raised here in Houston, so we're second generation Houstonians. But my grandparents all came in Ellis Island and Galveston. So it's kind of like, yeah, we're second generation Houstonians. And I'm 75. On my birthday in March, I turned 75. And I had retired already some time back from corporate. Happy, ginning along, not worrying about numbers, because numbers was never my thing. But I have started learning here in this program. Hi, glad that you're here. Let me know where you're coming from, and welcome. Come on in. It's like I'm learning to follow the stats, because as you start to build your online autopilot business, which is beautiful, it's an online digital marketing business that runs on its own. It's on autopilot. Once you learn to set it up, and within a couple of days you're up and running and letting it go out there, because it's attraction marketing. You don't have to go and slide in people's DMs or bother them with a video or go knocking on the doors or do big speeches on stage. You can do whatever you want to, but you don't have to. So you start learning how to track your stats. How is it what you're doing? Is it converting? Is it converting? And if it's not converting, then consider going through this training and going through this training, because the whole deal is we want you to make money. We want you to make money for the least amount of time spent out, for the least amount of money that you need to purchase your product with, your program with, and for no extra monthly fees. You can do advertising, you can do everything for free. And so we teach you what all you can do. Build your brand, build an email list, do advertising, what all you can do for free once you buy your product, which is a one-time purchase, and you get 100% profit off of that anytime somebody finds you, discovers your website here, that you get for free, this and the other 2 pages behind it, which is a funnel, fully done funnel for you that you didn't have to figure out how to do. But the thing is, back to retirement, it's like, let this work for you while you're in your retirement years, or while you're considering doing retirement and trying to figure out, okay, so if I retire and I make this Social Security income payment for me, I'm only going to get a percentage of what the overall earnings were. That is, if you met all the requirements, as long as all the requirements are met. So I wanted to tell you, this is why I'm sharing this with you, because I want you to understand how much value is in our lowest level product. You can get in and start all this for $100. And when someone finds you and buys what you're sharing with them, training and another business, digital marketing business of learning about training, they buy it for $100. You get the $100. You get the full amount. And it doesn't sound like a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot because our most popular one is the $900 product. But I want to give you an example of how far you could go with just the lowest entry point. And then you figure from that how much more of a benefit you could have if you came in at a higher point. So hi, glad that you're here. Come on through. Let me know where you're coming from. Say hi, and let me know if you are in the stage of already retired, like me, retired, lost my money, and that's when I started looking at numbers too. It's like, oh, geez, where did all that go? Well, it went away because I kept trying to do my own stuff and not knowing what I was doing and really doing it wrong and spending a heck of a lot of money to continue to do it wrong and not bringing any income in. But I want to give us just ballpark, okay? And I'm not saying everybody is making this, but for a family, average family of 4, the annual salary as the fourth quarter of 23 was approximately $60,000 a year. $60,000 a year is what people annually here in the U.S. So a percentage of that after you've retired, and that could be one person working or 2 people, I don't know if it's a 1 family or 2 family. And now we also have in 2023, by the end of 2023, average family household, and the numbers are all over the place. So I'm telling you, numbers is not my thing, but I am working on it because I'm learning how to better appreciate and value numbers. It's kind of like, no, I'm not an analytical person, I'm not a numbers person, but you know what? Numbers are important. And it's like, yeah, and my son always says, well, they're consistent, Mom. Numbers are consistent. They're not going to change. It's something you can depend on all the time if you follow the numbers. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you follow it. But now I'm so learning how important it is to track my stats and track my results and track my numbers. So here we go. 80K a year is an average family household of 4, actually. So that comes down to about $36 an hour. So you're working 40-hour week, you get about $36 an hour, and then you have that built up. How many years did you do it? And if you met all the requirements. So if you have a 2-family income, and I'm going to go from this salary of $100,000 a year. That's a high salary for a lot of us, but it's not so high when two people are working in the household. So I'm just going to take that range, and we can break it down from there. But if you making $100K a year in whatever you do and what your business is, what you would get for Social Security every month is about $3,000 a month. that would just be coming in from Social Security after you retire. Well, from what you were making to what you're earning in your retirement, which is supplemental, it should always have been supplemental, that's $36,000 a year coming in from Social Security. So you're doing 100K, you have your padding, and you add to it, if you have, I don't know, mutual funds or whatever, that you can have other income. But if you counting on Social Security to see what the difference is that they're going to help fill that gap, you get, well, $36,000 a year from Social Security. Now, let's talk about the launch pad, the $100 product, which is what I wanted to start talking to you about. So are you guys following me? Are you numbers people or not? Let me know. 1 in here, yes, you're a numbers person, or 2 in here, no, I can't do numbers. I can only do numbers for so long and I start to get nauseated. I'm just not that way. And my kids are like, oh. And I was talking numbers. I spent some time with my oldest daughter this weekend, who is the financial advisor. And it's kind of like she's in a world all of her own because it doesn't clash with my world. But she respects me. I respect her. We all do well. And she does quite well. So she's helping me with these figures. And she's like, Mom, I can see how much you've grown in this training from this online business that you've started. In the past, you would never talk numbers to me, not even for 2 minutes. But now you're following what I'm saying, and what you're saying back to me is making sense. So let's look at some numbers. Let's look at somebody that's making 100K a year. And then when they retire, their Social Security, according to the average and all the stuff, the figuring, the percentage, when you are making 100K a year and you've met all the requirements for your Social Security to be fully activated for you, your full amount to you, you get $3,000 a month, which is $3,000 a month, which is $36,000 a year. Well, you still have that huge gap, right, of what you were making, and then what you've already stashed away to live on, and then what can extra come in with your Social Security. Here in the States, it would be approximately $36K a year. So do you know that we teach you with the $100 product, if you make one sale a day of $100 in a year, that's $36,000. So you have the $36K from Social Security, if you have that much. I don't have that much for the year. And then you can have, if you learn how to earn, follow the blueprint for the launch pad, only the launch pad, you'll have another $36K a year. The difference in this, and you still working for wherever you're working, all the hours you're putting in, that's the catch, all the hours you're putting in. So you can make this $36K with our Launchpad program by working 2 hours a day instead of 8 hours a day. You have a 2 times 5 is what? A 10-hour work week. But we like you to do it every day, 7 days a week, but in 2 hours. So that's 14. 2 and 2 times 7, 14 hours of work, 7 days a week, for $36,000 a year. Because somebody finds your program right here, they decide to buy it, and they only want the $100 entry-level one. That's all they care about. Start following that blueprint. Start learning how to earn and master, where you get 1 new customer a day. You get $100 income a day. You now have $36,000 a year. And you've only worked looks here. My daughter, bless her heart, helped me with these numbers. So you have earned and saved yourself 2,080 hours, work hours, but you've made that income as if you put all that time in. Is that making sense? Mm-hmm. So if you can do, let's just look at this. You're trying to fill the gap because you're retired, you want to retire, you've lost your retirement money, all you have is your Social Security, or you're letting your Social Security help give you your extra because you've already saved enough in your retirement and in your pension that you can live off of comfortably. But with inflation, all that kind of stuff that's going on, you're never sure. So why wouldn't you have something in your back pocket? Some other way that you can make supplemental income. And I just want you to understand the value of our entry-level one, of just the $100 Launchpad. Within the first 7 days, there's a training in there where it's 7 days launch to profit. So what we teach you is you learn and then you earn, and then you learn and then you earn, and then you learn and then you earn. So it's not, you're just not constantly learning. You're starting to apply the things that you're learning, and then you're starting to earn. So with 36,000 a year extra, just coming in extra, help you. That's 3,000 a month. 3,000 a month. What could you do with that? What could you do with that? How would your year end be? So just imagine, that's what the $100 product. What would that number be if you had got our most popular, the Legacy Builder program product, and that's $900. So each time somebody buys something from you and they buy the Legacy Builder program and you sell one of those every day, do you know that's $328,000 a year? Once you learn how to make that daily pay, and it's all in the training, it's all in our blueprint. We are there with you for every step of the way. And this is why I got into it. It's like my retirement went away. So I was down to just surviving on my Social Security that I got every month. Until I turned 75 on this past birthday in March. And it was kind of like, well, this is long enough. This is long enough. I have been sitting on that nail that hurt long enough. And then it got to really hurting because it's like, I have no other way to make an income. What am I going to do? How am I going to do that? And then I found this Legacy Builder program. I found the Digital Growth Community. And I started looking in there, and I debated on it for a long time. I'm a huge skeptic about it. Hugely skeptical about it. Because I've done so many things. Huge dreams, huge excitement, huge ideas. And this is part of the discussion that my oldest daughter had with me. And she's in her right at 50. So she and her husband are looking at a way to retire too. So she was looking at what we were doing here in the Legacy Builder program. And here she goes with her numbers hat on. Well, Mom, if the salary is $100K and they only get this percentage from Social Security from that you get every month, it's $3,000 a month. That's $3,600 a year. And your lowest product for $100 would give them that $36 a year once they learn how to get $100 income, 100% profit every day. And I'm like, oh, and so she just went to town on it. And I'm so glad that she did, because I didn't. But I was actually understanding what she was saying without glazing over. Because normally when my kids talk numbers to me, I'm like glazed over. But I bring in the, it's going to work. I have every belief it's going to work. I keep my mindset lined out for it to work, because mindset is 95% of you succeeding or not succeeding. So it's like, I'm on that side of the spectrum, and she's on the numbers side of the spectrum. Well, let's see what's happened. What have you done so far? How has it paid off for you? Well, when I got in and got going on it, finally got going on it, I made almost $5,000 right away. which was enough to give me belief in it, enough that helped me sustain my belief in it. And the other thing that we're teaching, that I'm learning and that I want you guys to learn, is be consistent. Be consistent. Follow the coaching. Follow exactly what you're taught in the blueprint. Don't change anything. You get the whole funnel system like this and 2 pages after it, and the whole email workflow after that, all done for you. And what you're really buying, this is done for you. So when somebody buys from you, they get all this done for them too. They just follow the little videos of how to set it up. Look, click, click, do, go here. That's it. And then you're up and running within 2 days making money. So it depends on which product level you purchase as to which product you're able to present to somebody for them to come in now. So it's just like there's so much value in each little piece of everything that we offer here that it can easily be skipped over, because everybody says 2-hour workday, $900 a day, blah, 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 blah. Done for you. Business in a box. I've been guilty of that. And I'm starting to learn, and I'm starting to really appreciate what else is really in here. You learn how to build confidence in yourself, and you learn how to build your own brand. You have to, if you're going to have a business, and that's what you're buying actually, you're buying your own online digital marketing business, you have to know how to market yourself. We teach you that. It's all in the training. And we have live interactive Zoom calls twice a week, several times a week. We have training, and often we do webinars that I can invite you to, and you can invite your people to, where our mentor that started this whole program gives us the download on everything. I mean, she's the best explainer of all of this. I get confused. I get off on the next sparkly best thing, except I'm so proud of myself that I'm actually understanding numbers in a way that I would have never let myself look at it before. So, and I'm also inside of our training, inside of our classroom training. And if you go here, just go right there. You have to put your email in it, but you'll see so much in there once you put your email in. You'll see more and more what I'm talking about. I wanted to turn this around so you can see. In order to get there, to get to that, you have to go here. LovinMyDailyPay.com. LOVIN. LovinMyDailyPay.com. It takes you right there. Right there. So when you put your email in there, you'll get a little video from our mentor. Then you'll get an email and a video from me. And if you need to talk to me, just reply to that email and I'll answer you. But it's kind of like, once I got in here and I could see what all was there, I've been in here like 4 months, maybe 5 months, and I've been doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, not looking at numbers, not caring about numbers, learning I need to care about numbers, because if I'm doing what I think is right and I'm not following the blueprint and I'm not following the results that I'm getting from what I'm doing, because it shows in your results how well you're following the blueprint, how well you're letting yourself be coachable, how well you're changing that old way of how you think to this attraction marketing discovery method. It's not a sales thing. You don't sell. And I grew up like that. When I was working, I could sell you the Golden Gate Bridge. But it's like, why? That's the old way of doing things. That's the old energy that's changed from this planet. It's more heartful. It's more transparent. It's more honest. What is it that you want to do to make a difference for yourself and your family? I decided I wanted to build a legacy, leave a legacy for my family, but I didn't know I was doing that. All I knew to start with was that I needed to make some money. I needed to somehow have a way to help with the household expenses here because my retirement money went away. And then I saw in the Legacy Builder program, they teach you how you can promote your own business, your own courses, your own programs, how you can market yourself with what you've already got, which is what I had and wasn't working. So that's why I got that program and why I started it. And it also teaches you how to be an affiliate marketing without having to sell it or push it or promote it. Everything happens organically, easily. And if it's not flowing for you like it's supposed to be, go back to the training. See what it is that you're used to doing, that the way you normally thought about things to bring people to you, to see what you have to offer for them. How that doesn't work. It doesn't work. I've learned TikTok. I'm talking to you guys here today on TikTok. I would have never been here. And I'm still learning TikTok. And I'm so excited that I am because I've got my excitement back. Because when I didn't have any more money to do anything with, and I was depending on other people to help me with my household expenses, how low can you go? Really? Me at 75, I should be I should be set. I should have been set by now. And so I've learned, we also have mindset mentor in here, that she's wonderful. That is the mentor to the Olympians and to all the Hollywood stars, and she has billionaire clients. That helps you change your thinking about, don't go into that guilt. Don't go into the I should have, why haven't I? You flip all that to, well, now I'm clear now. I know what I want, and I'm going for it. And it's not like I didn't know that before. It just didn't make sense to me like it is now. And I can't explain why. Maybe you know. Maybe you know why. You see something at one time, and you kind of glaze over it. It's like Laura St. John comes into our classroom, the little mindset mentor I was telling you about. She comes into our training. She comes into our Zoom calls. She's been with us, I guess, 3 times or so. And I've heard her because I follow Bob Proctor's teachings. I'm a consultant. I've done okay with that, but not like I needed to. So I know all that. But if you know it and not do it, and your results are showing you that you're not knowing it and you're not doing it, you need to back up and go, oh, what do I need to look at? And what help do I need to shift the way that I've always looked at that? Changes are coming. Massive changes are. And the change starts with you. So I just want to ask you, how was your New Year's last year and your year end with taxes and the holiday gift buying and everything? How was it last year? Were you pleased with it? Were you satisfied with it? Were you okay with it? Or were you, each time you spent something, you were like, and worried that it was taking more money out of your account? And now look forward to this year, the end of the year this year. Imagine, even if you got this launch pad for 100, knowing that you would have an extra, if you got one person a day, you would have money coming in every day. So you could go spend and buy what you want to. Now you have the learning curve. And me at 75, I'm used to doing things a certain way, and I'm sure you are too. But it's kind of like, give yourself the gift of looking at something different. There's so much out here in the world that we can view with different eyes and a different perspective that brings us to a powerfully positive result. It's like, oh my goodness, why didn't I think of that before? Why hadn't I done this before? So hi guys, come on in. I'm glad that you're here. You got any questions? I mean, like, are you at retirement age, or are you just sick and tired of what you want to do and want to quit? Want to go ahead and quit? Retire early, and then let whatever show up for you that does with Social Security here in the States. or however you have a supplemental income coming in. But just know, even at 100, the launch pad for 100, it helps to fill that gap for what you get in Social Security and what you took as a retirement. You need something. If you're currently working, you need a plan B. Me, this is my plan A. This is my plan A. And I didn't care. I needed money right away, which was great because I got almost $5,000 right off. And then that helped me breathe. That relaxed me and let me know this is going to actually work. This is going to actually work. And now then I had to learn how to really work it. It's like, yes, I want to earn. I want to get to that 900 a day. But I'm not shooting for that until my second year goal. This goal, within this first year, my goal is for $75K a year. And I'll just steadily do what I do my copy and paste ads. We post 3 things a day in social media. You learn how to put yourself in social media and how to show up and provide what it is that someone needs, what someone's looking for, which is what I'm hoping to share with you guys. So I'm not very, I am chatty, but I'm not very chatty in a way that they do all over TikTok. I don't dance around, I don't jump around, I don't do any of that stuff unless I'm super, 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 super excited about something, and then you can't get me to settle down. But this morning is kind of a low-key day for me, just very low-key. And I'm 75, so I have those low-key days. But I still breathe easy because I know that my machine, my business on autopilot, is working for me. Whether I feel like working or not. Whether I feel like working or not. And you can do that when you work for a salary. You could show up. And you can kind of sit at your desk in a stupor, and you can kind of wander around and waste the whole day and still make your salary. But when you have your own online business, it's not quite the same. And that's why we're saying it's so important for you to understand, master our 2-hour income earning activities that you do to let this continue to work when you don't feel like it. You just stay with it, keep with it. Does it make sense? So, not every one of us makes 100K a year. A lot of us do, but not everybody. And when you have a salary like that, and you figure out all the percentages of what goes toward what you'll get in your Social Security month after month once you retire, or what you get in your Social Security period, at 100K, your salary 100K, with all of your requirements fulfilled that you can get your full amount of Social Security, that'll give you about $3,000 a month. Now, my job that I worked at didn't provide me this much of a Social Security income. My husband probably, but we're divorced. And I work on what my salary was. So it's different for everybody. So this is just an average ballpark thing for you to start looking at and notice how is the best way you could actually stretch your retirement money and fill that gap. If you just start at the 100 Legacy Builder and learn how to earn 100 a day, and if you're going to learn it for the 900 one. You're going to spend as much time learning to earn it. Do the blueprint for the 900. You'll get the 100 with it. When you get the 900, you get them all. So if you're going to spend the energy and the time to learn how to do something, why not do the one that's the best for your buck? So if you're going to spend the time to learn how to do 100 a day, selling one, why wouldn't you spend the time to learn how to do 900 a day, selling one? So with the 100, you're going to get $3,000 a month, which is $3,600 for the year. With the 900, you're going to get, what did I say? it just left me $438,000 a year. 438. I didn't bring any of my notes with me because I just wanted to sit here and talk with you guys and see what you have to say and let me know where you're coming in from. And are you worried about retirement money? Are you worried about your finances, period, from the way that the world is going? They say this, they say that. They're talking about this, they're talking about that. What are you buying into? Know that you control what goes on in your world, in your world of finances, in the world of how you spend your time. You can't manage time. You can manage you. You can't manage time. It's all stems from you. Does that make sense? So my friends, what I really love about this is I've already done my copy and paste ads this morning. I've already posted a couple things out there on social media. You can follow me on this TikTok channel anytime you want to because I'm posting all kind of different things. But I'm also in Facebook and in YouTube and in Instagram because I'm learning how to put all that out there by just doing one effort, because one of the owners or the CEO of this program called Repurpose came and did a mentoring class and taught us all about how you do something one time and you follow his platform and he puts it out there in all those other places for you. So it really multiplies your effort. Working 2 hours a day to have this work for you on its own globally. It's not just here locally. This goes all over the world. Depends on where you tell it you want it to go. And then let it run. Let it do its thing. How awesome is that? I know y'all can tell my energy is low today, and I apologize, but I really wanted to let you see that you can still be here whether your energy is low or not, whether you feel good or not, whether you actually can do something. You sure don't have to go to your job because you can sit here at home and figure out what you want to say and when you want to say it and how you want to say and when you want to rest and when you want to regroup and come back with more energy or when you need to go get something to eat. You don't have to ask your boss. You don't have to stay stuck to a 30, 45 or an hour lunchtime. You don't have to clock in and clock out. You don't have to have somebody going, yo, you don't have to have somebody going, yo, you're late. You're late. You got to work over. And then you work over and you don't get paid overtime for it. Or if you do, you have to pull teeth to get a salary raise. Why? Retire. Be your own boss. Make your own money. But you have to learn how to do it. And you have to be patient with yourself. So I talked to myself this morning because I told you guys my energy's low. I didn't really feel perfect. And I almost didn't come on. And I thought, no, I've made this commitment. I'm showing up not only for me, but for you guys every day. Whether my energy is low or not, I have information that I want to share with y'all. And I learned so much about how I have changed in the way I think about things just since I started this Legacy Builder training. And it's like, my daughter was shocked. My daughter was shocked. Honest mom, me and my other two kids, she would say that they were always worried about me, but they're not so worried anymore because she can see that I'm starting to think differently. I'm starting to really think that I can actually make this work, because it does work, and I'll be able to leave a legacy. She doesn't care if I do a legacy for them. She wants it for me. What about you guys? I want it for them. And she says, Mom, focus on you. Focus on you, which is what I want to tell you guys. Focus on you, and it will all fall into place. Does that make sense? It does, doesn't it? When you focus on you, because you're the hub. You're the thing. You either make it work or you don't. And then it all falls from you, whether you're the daddy or you're the mama or you're the grandma. You're putting an example out there for everyone that sees you to follow or be in line with. So what is your example? What are you projecting for your holiday, your year end? Do you know that you can get any one of these? And if you go there, you got to go here. Go here, Lovin'. You might want to screenshot it. LovinMyDailyPay.com. Once you get in there, you'll see a link underneath the video that you can click on that link and you can see all the 4 different products, the 4 different prices. See what each one will provide for you in the way of training or your own growth or what it is that you're looking for. And then if you feel like you found the right one, punch the button. There's a payment plan here in the States for all 4 of them. So money should not stop you from being able to start changing what your income is going to look like by the end of the year. Because it only takes about 2 days, if that. Some people got it set up in 2 hours to get it going and running. So get in there. Start the very first training, and it says start here. And see, and start dreaming. And let yourself start to dream bigger. Start to dream bigger. So my friends, I'm going to go. I'll see you again tomorrow. I hope I've helped you today. It's about the gap. We have that huge gap, from retirement, the money you made, and what Social Security is going to give you. So, yay. Thanks for being here. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.